What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So LeBlanc, this is the League of Legends champion from Noxus I am going to be covering today. As you can see here, the Deceiver. So what am I going to cover in this video? I'm going to go through her bio, then I'm going to go through her skins, I'm going to rank my favourite 3 skins. I'm also going to go through her story. She doesn't have a login theme, which is kind of annoying. She doesn't have a login theme or any special interactions I can see, but I'll also go through her spotlight and anything else I think of it that might be of interest for the video as well. So, without further ado, let's kick things off with the bio. So, LeBlanc the Deceiver. Okay, matron of the Black Rose, LeBlanc's identity is as intangible as the whispers that describe her, as ephemeral as the illusions that give her shape. Perhaps it is unknown even to herself after so many centuries of mimicry and deception. Remnants of an order that has existed for longer than Noxus itself. Initiates of the Black Rose, is that right? Have schemed from the shadows for centuries, drawing the rich and powerful to their ranks. Initiates, is it? Yeah. Though they do not often learn the origins of their matron, many have uncovered legends of a pale sorceress who aided the broken barbarian tribes in their struggle against the infamous Iron Revenant, which is Mordecai, I think, subjugating the lands already ravaged by the Darkin. Right, there's a lot going on there. Even today, here we go. His name is whispered in figure, Mordekaiser, who I think, fingers crossed, will be the next villain for League of Legends. You know, Viego's cool, but Mordekaiser he's a perfect villain, if you ask me. Uniquely skilled among the Revenant's inner circle before she betrayed him, the sorceress pledged to neutralize the source of his power, the immortal Bastion, cutting him off from the well of death that fueled his nightmarish empire. Okay. Yet even as the barbarians built an empire of their own in the Bastion's shadow, they failed to realize that the arcane secrets it held had not completely been locked away. The Pale Sorceress had always been gifted at illusion, and her greatest trick was to make Noxus forget the dark power rolling in its own heart, before she was burned from the pages of history around the time of the Rune Wars. So how old is LeBlanc? That makes her really old if this is the same person. The Black Rose now exists now to further the clandestine interest of those who can wield such magic, with its ranks and file composed of mundane nobles, drawn to rumours of miracles, kept in thrall and ruthlessly exploited. Even the most powerful military commander could only ever serve the cult's true masters as they fight one another for influence in games of intrigue and conquest, both in Noxian capital and beyond its borders. For centuries, LeBlanc has served in secret as an advisor to foreign dignitaries, appearing in many nations at once, her illusions driving others into chaos. Rumour of a new matron rising with each generation only raised further questions. Which is the true version of herself? When she speaks, it is with her own voice, or is it? Or what will the price be for the favour she offers? Boran Darkwell was but the latest to learn this answer for himself. Though the Black Rose had aided his bid for the throne, he refused the counsel of their hand-picked advisors, requiring LeBlanc to take drastic measures. Manipulating a young nobleman, here we go, named Jericho Swain, into revealing the cult's involvement, LeBlanc allowed herself to be executed along with the most prominent conspirators, or at least so it appeared. In time she reached out to Darkwell herself and found an increasingly paranoid ruler, fearful of his own mortality. After promising him the secrets to extend his life, which obviously is never going to work, LeBlanc slowly poisoned Darkwell's mind, even as she empowered him. Under his rule, the Noxian Revenants of Strength became something far more sinister, and together they ensured Swain's legacy would end in disgrace on the battlefield of Ionia. But Swain, emboldened by forbidden law from within the immortal Bastion, did something wholly unexpected. Managing to drag Darkwell from the throne and seize Noxus for himself, this new Grand General was not interested in his own legacy but the glory of the Empire, and such a man could not easily be corrupted. After countless centuries, LeBlanc wondered had she finally found a worthy nemesis. Her actions had pushed Runeterra to the brink of an all-out war many times. In the wake of desperate campaigns across the Freyjord and Targon's Peak, and in deep and Shreemer's Desert, the darkest magic had begun to spread once more, circling closer and closer to Noxus. Whether LeBlanc is still the same pale sorceress who betrayed the Iron Revenant, or merely one of the countless hollow reflections, her influence clearly stems from ancient roots. The Black Rose has yet to truly bloom. Interesting the connection between her and Darkwell, and also more importantly Swain. I like the philosophy of Swain in comparison. He can't be swayed, it's more for Noxus itself. Kind of similar to the same philosophy that Darius has as well, in comparison to Draven. They're complete opposites as well. Anyways, that was really interesting, and I think one of the most recent Legends of Runeterra videos kind of shows this, doesn't it? It shows the Black Rose making its way over various regions. We see it potentially in Bilgewater. We also see it in Shurima as well, and also in Zan, I think so. So yeah, that's good. Good to read her bio and find out that she's really, really old by the sounds of it. And her illusions are so good you can't even tell which one it is. Like it says there, whether LeBlanc is still the same pale sorceress who betrayed the Iron Revenant, or merely one of the countless hollow reflections, her influence clearly stems from ancient roots. Oh, and also interesting to find out that the Black Rose predates all of modern Noxus, and it still controls the major elements of Noxus as well from the shadows. Anyways, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on to her skins. Let's go. Okay, so this is the original LeBlanc, mysterious even to other members of the Black Rose Cabal. LeBlanc is but one of many names of the pale woman who has manipulated people and events since the earliest days of Noxus. Using her magic to mirror herself, the sorceress can appear to anyone, anywhere, and even be in many places at once. Kind of like her abilities in game, I think, as well. Always plotting just out of sight, LeBlanc's true motives are as indestructible, or what the heck's that? Inscrutable? As her shifting identity. I think that means like you can't catch her, I think. Anyways, yeah, this is the base skin. Nice. Yeah, I do like that as well. This one here, Wicked. No bio, but Wicked LeBlanc looking like Cruella de Vil. I like that. That's interesting. Okay, that's that one. Then we have Prestigious. LeBlanc is currently evading an international manhunt after making a jetliner filled with passengers disappear. Yeah, that'll do that to you. Then realizing she has no idea where they went or how to bring them back. So it's like the magic trick with the bunny in the hat as well. But no, I like that one. That's nice. Okay. Then we have Elderwood. So I think I'm going to actually do a video on Elderwood. I did one recently on Coven, on the Coven skin line, and the Elderwood ties in with that whole Eclipse theme as well. So I think I'll be doing a video on that sometime in the next couple of weeks. But anyway, Elderwood, LeBlanc. When the Coven first rose to power, they carved the living enchantments of the Elderwood, a tool they believed for the resurrection of their dark patrons. Thus did they fall upon the great forest and slaughter its children, until a lone Salvan stood against them, stealing the witches' lives, their magic, and even their names. Interesting. I guess we'll build upon this when I go through the lore of the Elderwoods later on. We have Program. Whoa. Okay, so Program, I think I did a review a while back on Project, and I think Program is similar to Project. There's a Project and there's also Program skin line as well. You can clearly see it's kind of similar there. In fact, no, Program looks like Psyops. I think Program's similar to Psyops, not Project. Or then again, maybe they're all very similar. Anyway, marketed as a diplomat software avatar, LeBlanc is in fact a duplicitous intelligence that can interact seamlessly with human users. Created only to deceive, like Ex Machina, she has infiltrated a number of the most powerful corporations on the planet and quietly awaits her final orders. So the infiltration aspect ties in nicely with Project, and the look of it looks more like Psyops as well, which are both great skin lines. And this is another one that looks really good as well. See, that skin there, it looks almost like she's taken the head off the body and she's replaced it with her own face, and she's looking at what was there before. That's how I interpret that anyway. Anyways, that's that one. Then we have Coven, which is what I went through. I actually have the Coven skin as well. Unfortunately, I think I've realised that I can't gift that away. I said in the Coven video, anyone that wants a skin, just add me on League and I'll send it you. But I don't think you can send it. I think you can gift friends skins, which means you have to buy it for them. But if you already have an existing skin, I don't think you can send it. If you can, let me know. Anyways, they came to LeBlanc as if in some forgotten melody, songs of the Black Crane and its titanic heart long imprisoned within the deepest trenches of the Elderwood. Her sisters fell before the forest defenders, but LeBlanc did find her prize, and now her patron has begun to wake. So Coven are against Elderwood, by the sounds of it, has begun to wake, stirred itself from the dreamless slumber of unhallowed centuries. So I wonder who they're awakening. I think it's probably going to be the old gods. But yeah, this is a nice skin as well, really nice. I like as well, we have the Prestige edition as well, but if I go back to the original, I like how you can see in the mirror she's touching her, what's the name? I forgot the name of her ultimate, but basically the mirror image of herself, and it's in a mirror as well. It's cool. So the patron one apparently has some lore as well. Resurrected by the Black Crane, LeBlanc has joined her sisters for renewed purpose, yet the gifts of the old gods do not come without a price. As her body twists into the new and strange forms, LeBlanc has discovered that she is the vessel, which we found out before in the previous video, through which her own dead god will return, and that it has granted her impossible power. Okay, right, okay, so that's that one. We've got some chromas there. Oh, we've got some more. Nice. And is that it? Okay, so we've got 4 more skins here. So we have Mistletoe LeBlanc. LeBlanc's wicked illusions grow only more powerful during Snowdown, when the season of giving takes hold and people are at their most gullible. Her enchanted looks only serve to draw more victims in, because becoming pawns in her inscrutable games. Yeah, okay. Kind of got a little bit of an Elise vibe there as well, where she, you know, lulls people into a false sense of security there. Anyways, Ravenborn, nice. Ooh, this one is really good. LeBlanc loves nothing more than showing up her high sorcery rivals in an annual holiday gala, like you do. Besides taking a spin at the season's most fashionable witch will teach those Decotus not to upstage her garden parties, because we know who they are, i.e. Cassiopeia and Katerina. Okay, a little bit of competition there. Wow, IG. We saw, if I remember rightly, we saw an IG Camille as well, which was popping. Honouring rookie's winning performance as LeBlanc during the 2018 World Championship. That's cool as well. If you do really well in the games, you actually get a skin line dedicated to you. That's cool. And then the final one is Championship LeBlanc, celebrating Worlds 2020 in Shanghai. There we have Championship LeBlanc. Okay, so if I had to pick my favourite one, this is tricky. This is nice. I really do like I'm presuming the original first skin, or the first different skin, Wicked LeBlanc. But if I had to pick my favourite one, it would have to be, yeah, there's no competition really. It has to be Coven. Prestige or the original Coven. That has to be number 1. So that is number 1 for me. Number 2 actually would be, I like this one. Ravenborn, that would be number 2, and number 3 would be Program. That would be my third one. But that's not to say, you know, Elderwood looks really good, Prestigious is really good as well. But yeah, they will be my top 3 skins for LeBlanc. So what shall I do now? Let's move on to the skin animation actually. Let's go for the skin animation for LeBlanc, because like I said, I've got the actual skin, but I've not played it yet. I've not even played LeBlanc ever. I might actually do a video on that. Good idea. I might do a video on that. But for now, let's look at the skin animations for Coven. Let's go. It looks so good, doesn't it? So this is the Prestige edition of it, since this is obviously the best one you can get. Yeah, let's look at the skin spotlight for this. In fact, looking in the background, who is that? So we can see her here. I love this aspect where she's touching the mirror. In the background, is that Morgana and... who's that? Morgana and Evelyn? Maybe? Maybe. Okay, nice. Looks a little bit like Zaya, I think. Yeah. Maybe it's the feathers at the back. Okay. Okay.
Lying is like 95% of what I do.
Try 99. But, okay.
For a moment, I thought I'd broken a sweat.
Okay, okay. Okay, a little cha-cha. Fair enough. Oh, okay. And another one. Let's check out this recall. Ooh, nice. Like it. I like it. Oh. Right, okay, so surely the darker version, the black version, surely this isn't what the enemy sees, is it? It can't be, because if the enemy sees this, then they'll know which one's which. This has got to be from the viewpoint of the player, which is a nice touch if it is. Okay, I like that. She did. Okay, so her basic animation and then... Okay. Nice. Looking forward to see the chains, if they're going to be next. No, maybe not. I guess it'll go in order. What it? Yeah, it's going in order. Okay, cool. I like that.
Trust me.
You can hear the crows as well. Now for the chains. Cool. Okay, run away.
Looks can be deceiving.
I like you've got like a crow or a raven at the front of the chain as well. That's nice. Okay. Okay, cool.
There's no escape.
Couple of autos, as you do. And that's probably it. Oh, a death. Which I think's like the original one. I don't think there's any change there. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, nice to go through her skin spotlight. Like I said before, I have the skin and the champion LeBlanc. Never played her, so interesting to see the animation and the designs there as well. So, since she doesn't have a champion theme or any special interactions, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish off with her story and then finally her spotlight. Let's go. Okay, so this story is called Thorns of the Black Rose. Love the artwork as well. Not all stories have such good... Well, to be fair, not all stories even have decent artwork. There was one on Lucian as well, which was amazing. But this one's probably one of the best I've seen. Yeah, she's clearly, obviously, possessing this guy or corrupting his mind. And I like you've got visions of her in the background as well. So, let's go. I don't understand. General Granth mutters, nervously trying to smother the light from his lamp. There's nothing here. It's a dead end. He stands at the threshold, framed by the dark stonework against the deeper darkness beyond it. He does not see the open gateway before him, nor the angular, whatever that is, inscriptions that surrounded it. He does not see the fragments of bone that litter the flagstones beneath his boots. That is not a good sign. I smile, playing my part. So, okay, it is the simplest of things, I tell him, to hide in plain sight. So I'm no doubt this is probably talking about this guy here, and she is corrupting his mind and convincing him to do something that she wants him to do that he really shouldn't be doing. So, the general turns, confusion and frustration written clearly upon his face. Don't play games with me, cousin. Ooh, do you have any idea what I'm risking being down here, or what would happen if we're caught? These districts are forbidden by order of the council. There are legion patrols everywhere. Okay, this at least is true. Ever since the usurper Swain seized control, he has kept the Immortal Bastion locked down, and for good reason. Officially, it is to protect the Tripharax against reprisals from those noble houses that opposed its creation. Unofficially, he's daring men like Brannin Granath to expose themselves as his enemies. Okay. But they would not doubt your loyalty, I reassure him. A hero of the Gates of Morning, no less. You are to be honoured by command of the Grand General himself. What can they say to that? If we were spotted, you would not even need to run. I guarantee the first sign of danger, she's going to ghost, and he's going to be on his own. His expression darkens. Oh, you don't run from the Trifarian Legion. I do not need to heed this thinly veiled propaganda again. In little more than a year, Swain has built a certain mystique around himself and the hand of Noxus, and which is Darius, and those that serve them both. It is a brilliant scheme, though it fills my heart with hatred to admit it. Even so, I let Granth have his moment. It is why we are here. His eyes fall to the ground. We didn't win the Gates of Morning, the Legion did. That's why Swain won't attend the triumph. He knows we need not ever have been there, damn it. He insults us with this pomp and ceremony in front of old Noxus. I nod, laying a hand on Granth's shoulders, and that is why we will make him pay for everything he has done. You are a true Noxian, anyone can see that. I have told the others all about you, and they wish to meet you for themselves. She wishes to meet you? I can't meet anyone, cousin, if we can't get inside. He glances around. Don't the Black Rose... I recoil. Do not use that name. It makes you sound like, well, as you said, like you don't understand. So, what does she want him to do? Pushing past him, I stride through the yawning mouth of the gates. He almost drops the lantern in surprise, seeing the entrance now for the first time. Stumbling across me, Granth checks to make sure we are not being followed, then squints into the shadow of the passageway. Is it true, he hisses, what they say about her? Is it true? I do not slow my pace. Come. Find out for yourself, which is never a good thing. That means... The Immortal Bastion is not a monument, as most Noxians believe, nor is it merely a fortress, in the sense that the old tribes knew it. The stone around us almost thrums with power, though Granth is mostly oblivious. Oblivious. I have seen it countless times through the centuries. He knows something is not right, but feels it only as a lethargic drag on his limbs and a whispering itch in the back of his brain. Danger. Few mortals last long when they are this close to the source. I wonder if we're going to see Mordecai there. To his credit, he still has his wits about him, enough to reach for his dagger when a robed figure emerges from the gloom. I pass both of us coming in the other direction. I look tired. No matter, this will be concluded soon enough. I'm not quite following it just yet. I'm a bit like Granth here. Granth's eyes eyes me suspiciously until I disappear from sight, then ambles to the side of the person he knows as his cousin. Hadroin, who are these people? Granth asks. Right, so she's the observer. As more anonymous figures come and go, I don't recognise any of them, and are they the allies you speak of among the other houses? I sigh. It is disappointing that the finest military minds often cannot see what is right in front of them. They are sympathetic to our family's plight. I reply, keeping the disdain from my voice. We, all of us, are committed to the downfall of the usurper and the restoration of the throne. It is better that you do not know their names or their faces. He scoffs, but how can we work together if we... The words die on his lips as we turn the last corner. Okay, we stand at the edge of the great well of souls. Surely we're going to see Mordekaiser plunging down into the bedrock of Noxus, far deeper than the physical dimensions of the bastion should ever allow. A rolling miasma of cold blues and jealous greens swirls in the distance beneath us, underlying the 3 bridges that span the gap. Sounds like Hades. There, between them, suspended against the madness, is a frightful hulking silhouette that every Noxus knows only too well. A hulk of lifeless armour depicted in every history book, and 1,000 defaced statues scattered across the old city. Granth takes half a step back. It cannot be, he murmurs. It can't. His voice is cracking, his eyes glisten with tears. I lean in over his shoulder to whisper behind his ear. So no doubt this is Mordekaiser. Do you see the truth of it now? The truth behind the great empire of Noxus. So has it been for centuries, since the days of the first kings. No Grand General, no Emperor or Tyrant can stand unless the mistress of the mortal bastion allows it. Many of those who would serve, though few prove worthy. I gently pluck the lantern from his trembling fingers and guide him away from the sight that has so transfixed him towards the veiled alcoves that line the passage on either side. Swim must fall. Our cabal is utterly committed to this, above all else, and we will sacrifice whatever we must to achieve it. On some level, Granth knows what he will see even before I pull back the shroud. Maybe his death. It is the desecrated body of his cousin, Hadroin. The younger man's features are frozen in a deathly rictus, yet there is an unmistakable sense of peace about him. Fair play. Your house was singled out most unfairly during the coup, Branning Granath. Your father and his brothers were stripped of all they possessed, simply for remaining true to Borum Darkwell at the end. Hadroin gave his life gladly in pursuit of revenge. Will you honour that debt and join us now? Too? So what, he has to die as well? A little bit like the kind of pact that Callista has. Granth sinks to his knees, looking up to me with fresh eyes. You are her. You are the Pale Woman. He does not even flinch when a second Pale Woman appears at my side. We speak with the same voice. I am everywhere. I am everyone. You know only what you need to know and see what I want you to see. Jericho Swain is not the only one who can exaggerate his legend. A third Pale Woman steps up behind Granth, and then a fourth. Even so, he bows his head to me, no doubt convinced he finally understands. Okay, he doesn't need to point out the empty alcove beside his cousin. With all my heart, he swears, and every drop of my noble blood, I will serve you, my lady. I will not rest until the pretender Swain is dead. Why does she want Swain dead so badly? This native fool thinks he will be the one to land the killing blow. I will let him think that, for it suits my purpose, which is merely to probe the Grand General's defences. I trace the sigil of the Cabal in the air above Granth's head, making him my own. None who can see it will interfere with the plots we shall soon devise. Rise then, proud son of Noctai. Your pledge is heard and accepted. Together we will be victorious, and your name will be celebrated as the saviour of the Empire. So yeah, like she said before, 95% of what she said is basically a lie, all the way till the very end. So this guy and his cousin both died for something that she's making them basically think that they're going to have a worthy purpose, but they're kind of just cannon fodder, if you know what I mean. But clearly it's a way to an end, and something that she wants to do to retain power and kill Jericho Swain. Interesting. I think it also touched on Mordekaiser in this as well. I think he saw Mordekaiser at some point in this before he died. And she has very similar traits to Elise in terms of how she gets what she gets and how she goes about doing it. And I think Elise ties in with the Black Rose as well. So yeah, you can see the similarities there as well. Anyways, what I'm going to do now after reading that story, Thorns of the Black Rose, I'm going to finish off with her spotlight. Let's go. Here we go.
LeBlanc's always been great at zipping in for fast kills, but she hasn't fully lived up to her title, the Deceiver. This preseason, she's getting some new tricks up her sleeve. With some small changes to her passive and Q, and one big change to her ult, LeBlanc can dupe opponents all over the map.
Huh. There we go. Okay, let's find out.
Sigil of Malice is now LeBlanc's passive. Whenever LeBlanc uses any ability on an enemy, the sigil is applied. After a brief delay, striking the enemy with another ability will consume the sigil for bonus damage. LeBlanc's new Q is Shatter Orb. As before, she fires an orb at her target. Only now, if the target is afflicted with Sigil of Malice, the orb will bounce to any nearby sigils. On to LeBlanc's ult, Mimic. Upon casting your empowered ability, LeBlanc briefly disappears, spawning a decoy on top of herself. Then, LeBlanc and her decoy both cast the ability together, before the decoy expires moments after.
Okay.
Mimic now lets you choose which ability you want to copy before casting it. Only LeBlanc's cast deals damage, but the short-lived deception can make opponents hesitate at a pivotal moment. Here's where things get weird. You can now mimic your own ultimate. Casting R twice creates a decoy that walks towards the nearest visible enemy champion, casting a harmless version of LeBlanc's last used ability.
Whoa.
This decoy can be summoned globally, deceiving enemies from lanes away.
Whoa.
LeBlanc is still great at bursting down champions, but you'll miss out on crucial damage from Sigil of Malice if you dump all of your abilities at once. The passive's delay means you'll want to pace out your abilities to maximize your damage output.
Okay.
When you're the Deceiver, feel free to get creative with your mimics. Pretend to gank top lane while you actually head towards bot lane. Or pretend to gank top lane and then actually gank top lane.
That's crazy.
To learn more about the preseason Assassin update, check out the full list of changes. Be on the hunt for a closer look at Rengar's update tomorrow.
Right, okay, that's good. That was a nice little summary of the spotlights. Let me quickly go through all the spotlights on the website. Right, okay, so you can see here, role Assassin, difficulty heights. We kind of saw from that spotlight. We obviously went through her passive, Sigil of Malice. We went through that as well. Let's have a look at this one, Distortion. LeBlanc dashes to a location, dealing damage to enemies near her destination. For the next 4 seconds, active Distortion again to return, okay, to start location. Yeah, I've seen this before. So we can see that, and then you go back as well. Yeah, I watched Faker play LeBlanc, and it's just, yeah, I can't even keep up. Anyway, Ethereal Chain. So LeBlanc launches a chain that shackles the first enemy hit. It's kind of similar to Karma's anyway, isn't it? If the target remains shackled for 1.5 seconds, LeBlanc roots them and deals additional block magic damage. Ah, so hers is a root, while I think Karma's is a stun. I think, and then obviously we went through her ultimate as well, which is Mimic. Right, okay, I think I'll leave it here today, guys, in this one. Hopefully you enjoyed all things regarding the champion LeBlanc. If you did, feel free to let me know. Feel free to like, comment, and maybe also subscribe for more content like this. I think I might put up some gameplay on her as well. Since I've never played her before, I might do a first gameplay of a champion. I've not done one of them in some time now, so I might put that up on the channel in the next few days as well. So keep your eye out for that. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.